Breaker one, man. Looks like we got us a convoy here. Dean here, doing another video for ET. Let's see what kind of trucks we got in that convoy, and we're gonna do a little comparison between the two. This is, of course, my view on it. All right, let's start off with the first comparison. We are going to go with the 2018 Mack Titan and the 2018 Western Star 4900. The Mack Titan, this thing is a beast. This thing is just born to pull. It comes with a giant MP10 motor, pushing about 600 horsepower. Never been a big Mack fan, but damn. The 4900 Western Star, equally as badass. The Western Stars, I've driven quite a few of them. It also has a lot of pull power. It's probably just under what that Mack is doing, but it's badass. And you can set that Western Star up pretty nice. You can also kind of fancy them up a little bit. Bit of the chicken lights and chrome. I know chrome don't get you home, but hey, it looks good, right? If I had to pick one of the two of those two trucks, which one's it going to be? The Titan. I gotta go for that Mack. I don't know why. It just impressed the hell out of me. The more I was reading up on it, I couldn't stop reading about it anymore. It's a hell of a truck. Okay, next up, we got the 2005 Peterbilt 379EX. And we got the 2005 Volvo VN. I love the Peterbilt. Peterbilt, I don't know what you want to call me, but I'm a Peterbilt fan. I love the 379, there's 359, 38. If it's a Peterbilt, it's a win in my books. I have a friend out there that's guaranteed watching this, and he is gonna love this review because he's a Volvo fan all the way. I'm all about the Peterbilt. I'm about the 379. I feel like I'm sitting in a truck and I feel like I'm driving power down the road when I'm in that Peterbilt. The Volvo rides beautiful. It's a gorgeous truck. Not as many features if you want to fancy it up and make it look nice, but a Volvo is always going to look like a Volvo. I'm not saying a Peterbilt doesn't look like a Peterbilt, but you know, when you look at all the different styles of the Peterbilts and you see what people do with them, some of them are just gorgeous pieces of machinery. Engine-wise, to do the same thing, you could put in a Caterpillar, you can put in that Cummins or the Detroit. The only thing that the Volvo had is the Volvo's had its own motor. If I'm going with one of the two and I have to pick a fave out of this, geez, what's it gonna be? Peterbilt 379 takes the win on this one. But don't take that Volvo. The Volvo's a beautiful truck. It really is. All right, up next, we got the 2014 Freightliner Coronado. And we have the 2014 Kenworth T660. Between the two trucks, the Freightliner Coronado, you know what? I think they tried to do something. It's really just a glorified Century Class. The more reviews I've read on them, you know, the breather lights tend to burn out and they're $300 a pop. So, you know, you get this beautiful looking thing, but you're constantly replacing stuff. Looks like they have a big windshield issue where they leak a lot. Very rattly trucks. To me, when we're talking some of these Freightliners and these, I'm going plastic trucks is what I refer to them as a lot. When they first came out with these Coronados, the fuel mileage on them was not spectacular. I think they were up and around 6 miles per gallon. The Kenworth T660, beautiful truck, actually. It's a weird one in my books. When I look at the T660, it's a truck that either you look at it and you go, damn, that thing is ugly. Or you look at it and you go, man, that guy's got that thing set up pretty sweet. Like that looks all right. It just tears me in half, that truck. So the drawback on the T660 as compared to the Freightliner is cabin space. You know, if you got a co-driver or something like that, you guys are holding hands the whole time you're driving. You better really like that person because your shoulders are always touching. Apart from that, you know, bunk size, stuff like that, very comparable trucks. Neither one is getting fantastic fuel mileage in those years. And I think probably if I had to choose one of those two, the Kenworth takes the win. Okay, next up, we got the 2020 International LT, and we have the Volvo VNL 860. The International, better known as the 13-letter something spreader. Yes, that's right. The International is, I don't know, I call it the poor man's Cadillac. It's not a bad truck. This particular year, ugly. I don't know what else to say. They claim that it got like 80% better fuel mileage than the years prior. Good truck, spacious inside. They do drive nice. I've driven them. Depending on what you're putting in it, if you're putting in a Detroit or a Cummins. You're gonna have pretty much the same power-wise. Fuel economy, I find, is very, very close in these two. Probably the Volvo is gonna be better on miles per gallon. It's a cheaper model. They were kind of rattly trucks. They had pluses and minuses. Their headlight system was great. The Volvo takes it hands down on safety. When it comes to safety on the road and what the truck is capable of, I didn't know some of these stats on the Volvo until I was reading up on them. There's a system in it called the VEST. The VEST is the Volvo Enhancement Stability Technology. Sorry, I had to read that one. It's just a big whole mouthful for me to say there. This thing takes stability control, so if the truck wants to go into some sort of a spin, or it's wanted the jackknife, it changes the power to gear ratio. It changes what the tires are doing, the braking system. Pretty much will try to get you out of that spin or the skid or roll, whatever the truck is aiming to do. It also has a integrated right-hand side blind spot. When you can't see the car on the other side, it'll actually tell you that there's something over on that side. And it has something called I forget what the name of it is, but it'll recognize signs. So when you're coming into a town and it has the speed limits on the side, it recognizes the signs on the side of the road that says, hey, it's 60 kilometers here, and it's going to put up on your windshield a thing that's telling you, hey, it's 60K here, slow down, you're going too fast. Not that I drive fast, but sometimes the foot goes down. If it's in a Peterbilt and it sounds good. If I had to pick one of the two on that, I'm gonna go for the more pricey truck on this one. I'm gonna go with the bells and whistles. I'm gonna go with the safety. My buddy out there watching, he'll be happy. We got the International, we got the Volvo. We're going Volvo. It takes the win. Okay, we are going to go into the Kenworth. We're going the W900. Let's go 1999 against the 2022. You know what? That W900, the 1999 badass, good-looking truck. I think Brian will love that one, right? If I recall correctly, he was in a big old KW. You know what? The Kenworth looks great. You can really do them up nice. Badass, lots of power. We go into steel and we come into the plastic, right? So we got that 2022 W900. You know what? It's a good-looking truck. It's fancy looking. When you really spec these trucks out, that new 2022 is fantastic on fuel. Probably one of the nicer looking newer trucks that are out. So if I got to go with the two, that's a really tough one for me. This is it rips my heart out of my soul. I'm gonna kind of call this a tie. I gotta tie these guys out because it's too hard for me to pick. I'm going nostalgia to fuel economy, and in the business today, we're talking about fuel economy and trying to make that money. You're gonna go with that 22 all day long. It's going to eat the 99 alive. But we'll call this one a tie. I can't choose. Okay, next up, we got, this is gonna be a tough one. We got the 1999 Peterbilt 379, and we got the 2022 Peterbilt 579. 379, again, it's a gorgeous piece of equipment. It's steel. You can put so much chrome on it. You can put so much lights on it. You can stretch them babies out. That's where my heart is. So this is gonna be a really tough one. The 579 rides really nice. It's rugged. I'm not crazy about the automatic. When I go automatic to a standard, probably in any of the trucks, I like being able to select that gear and know where I am. The hills, I find that it just throws me all over the place. Backing into trailers and stuff, it's really rough. In the Peterbilt, what I noticed with the automatic in that one is a very herky-jerky truck. Apart from that, when you're going with my favorite, the 18-speed, that truck performs really good. It's got a lot of power, very, very spacious and roomy inside. Just out of spite, I have to take the winner of these two. Has to be the 379 all day long. It's just where my heart is. It always will be. I know that Ronan is probably going to phone me up and talk about the Peterbilt. I know he hates them. I know that he's a Freightliner guy all day long on that, but it's where my heart is. Okay, next up, we got the 1999 Freightliner FLD 132 Classic X against the 2022 Freightliner Cascadia. Oh, well, you know what? The FLDs were beautiful trucks. Both of them, you could make them look pretty nice. It was kind of the guy that couldn't get into that Peterbilt was driving that Freightliner, probably. Or the Kenworth. Sorry, I won't forget about you, Brian. I'm in with your Kenworth. The FLD was a good truck. I've driven a lot of the FLD models. Did a lot of 500-mile stuff in it. Not a lot of long haul, but like any of the trucks, again, back in those days, we could go Caterpillars as well. Not Caterpillar Caterpillar engine is always going to be my favorite. Both trucks are comparable when we're talking about ride quality. Probably the FLDs are a lot noisier compared to the new Cascadias. The Cascadia it's actually what I'm driving right now. Mine's not the 2022, it's the 2013. I'm always plastic on those. I find that is very rattly. The ride is okay. I don't feel like I'm driving a truck when I'm in it. Compared to that FLD 120, it sits on that road and you really feel, I don't know, I feel safe and strong in that truck. The Cascadia, I don't know, I'm always worried I'm gonna take that turn and the front wheel's gonna fall off or something. I know, Ronan, I know, the new ones are different, they're better. I haven't driven the 2022 Cascadia. I will have to put on my list of things to do. I think the fuel mileage, there's no comparison at all. The 2022 Cascadia's fuel mileage is off the charts, which is probably why ET's running so many of them. It's a beautiful truck, it really is. This one's gonna hurt. I am probably gonna pick, out of the two trucks, gonna have to go for the 2022. You know what, it's not usually like me to pick that new truck over the old one, but that 2022 Cascade is a pretty impressive piece of machinery. You know, hopefully when I get the chance to drive it, I'm gonna have that feel of it feeling more like a big truck as opposed to that plastic piece of equipment going down the road that I'm not sure of if I'm gonna make it home. Okay, over here, we got a list of all the trucks we just went through. I would be interested to see which truck you guys would choose in the comments on the side over here. Let us know, you know, it's interesting for us to read back, see what everybody else is into. Obviously, this is just my take on it. I don't know some of the trucks too good. Probably if I had to go out of that entire list, 379 is always gonna win. There's no comparison, but you know, if I had to pick a truck other than that, it's gonna be that Mack Titan. I gotta drive it. It's on my bucket list now. Skydiving and drive that Mack truck. Anyways, I am getting a nasty look right now. Alana on the other side of this camera, she's got some big metal object that she's threatening to hit me with. If I don't say that you guys should like this, subscribe to the channel, make sure you watch, make sure that you comment. We love having you guys in. I love reading the comments. I was petrified of them. And you know what? It's not that bad. So far, you guys have been nice to me. You know what? I'm having a lot of fun with this. ET's amazing company. They are doing so many good videos. Everything I watch from these guys is amazing and off the hook. You're gonna get information out the wazoo. So make sure you're watching these videos. Like I always say, you know, keep that shiny side up, the rubber side down, and we'll see you guys next time.